Okay, so it is Saturday, September the 19th, 2020, and today I'm on Southwold Pier in Southwold, Suffolk, which is a little bit further down the Suffolk coast than Lowestoft. It faces east into the North Sea, and as you can see, today is quite unusual because we have this very, very rough sea with the wind whipping it up at very, very high tide. And I'm on the pier here, and normally when you look down from this view you'd see quite a pretty little beach with families playing on it and people sunbathing, but as you can see today the beach has been completely swallowed up by these very, very rough waves. There's some people surfing in there, you might be able to see in the centre of the picture. And I've never actually seen it like this before. Usually Southwold Beach is a quiet family place, but the beach has all but disappeared for quite a long distance there. Now Southwold, for anyone who's heard of it, is quite a wealthy kind of resort. It's a very, I'd say it was like a posh seaside resort, much posher than our old friend Cromer, of course, which is in North Norfolk. This is in Suffolk. And a lot of people from the London area have second homes here or come up here for staycations and weekends. So the property prices are therefore pretty expensive and quite prohibitive, I think, for local people. Just going to go round here. There may be some noise from the wind, just so you can see the sea, which is quite spectacular for East Anglian standards. A good day for surfing, I imagine. What you can see here is the seafront at Southwold, and one of the famous things about Southwold are its beach huts. Now just there in the centre of the picture you can see some blue and white ones, which I think might be the ones that you can rent a short period, presumably through the local authority. The more colourful ones that you can see in the distance are privately owned, I believe, mostly, and are some of the most expensive beach huts, I think, in the country. One of them a year or two ago was being sold for £150,000, which is more expensive than a flat in Ipswich, and someone was saying more expensive than a 3-bedroom family home in neighbouring Lowestoft. As I understand it, the beach huts, I think there are 300 of them in Southwold, used to be part of people's property. So if you bought a house in Southwold, one of the bigger houses I assume, it had a beach hut as part of it, and those were presumably handed down from generation to generation. Whereas now I think they've gone into private ownership as separate things. They're very sought after. They don't always come up for sale very often, and when they do, they are expensive. I read somewhere that a beach hut in Clacton, I think it is about 13,000 or something, and a beach hut in Felixstowe is 8,500. So 150,000 for a beach hut is a lot of money. I think you have to pay about £1,000 a year in rental charges or service charges or something, but obviously an expensive proposition. What I'm going to do is I'm going to record some of the beach huts when I'm further along the prom in more detail, and you'll be able to see them then. Southwold Pier, which is where I'm standing at the moment, it's got a one-way system in operation due to coronavirus, and you can go up one side and down the other. It's been renovated and restored over the past sort of 10 or 20 years, I suppose, and it's become quite a tourist attraction. Doesn't feel quite so good with coronavirus because some of the businesses aren't quite functioning as they used to, but still a lovely place to come with people fishing and crabbing off the end of the pier. Lena. Hello, Julie. Good girl. Good girl. So this is Southwold Pier looking back from the promenade. Many people might know the name Southwold from Adnams Brewers, the brewery company, which I believe has been here since 1870 something. Still has some family involvement, I think, from the Adnams family, but is now obviously a big PLC. Produces my favourite beer, which is called Adnams Ghost Ship, which is probably, I'd say probably my favourite beer ever, along with Wadworth's 6X, Woodford's Wherry, Sharp's Doom Bar and Laken's Encore. They're my favourite beers, but Ghost Ship is absolutely lovely, love it. And that's made by Adnams here in Southwold, Suffolk, and the brewery still plays quite a big part in the town as an employer. It's been one of those companies that's always been very keen on corporate social responsibility, so it's quite supportive of the community and tends to champion a lot of other businesses in East Anglia, which is good. So it's a good company, lovely beer, particularly the Ghost Ship. Okay, so these are some of the colourful beach huts which I was filming from the pier. Very busy today, but then again it's sort of mid-September. Just going to show you some of them. They've all got different little names and different colours. Life's a beach. One here I wanted to show you, which is really nice, actually, quite clever. This one here, over there. Look, if you look, someone's made a really nice job of that little fence. The gateway into the hut. And then the other huts, which I was talking about earlier, I think you hire those through something called the Southwold Beach Hut Company or something. The shorter stays, like a week or a few days. Might just be able to see a couple of people swimming there, which is surprised me a bit. I'm not sure I'd want to go in there, but they're in there and they seem okay. Okay, so we're in the town centre of Southwold now. A pretty little town centre we have here. Little boutiques and tea rooms and coffee shops, speciality shops, fashion, some posh hotels. One of which is the Swan, which is directly ahead of me. So I'm going to round off the video now. This is Southwold in Suffolk, and it is Saturday the 19th of September 2020 in a very, very sunny and lovely Southwold on the coast of sunny Suffolk.